The SEC is suing Ripple. What does this mean for XRP? Is it going to crash to zero? How many people are predicting on Reddit, in Telegram groups, on Twitter? Or is it going to recover? I'm going to give you a couple of my thoughts. I'm also going to tell you on why I have actually recommended a lot of my friends that I know who own XRP to sell their XRP. And no, I actually don't believe that XRP is gonna crash to zero. Details in the video. Have a lot of fun. Hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian. On my channel, it's all about making you cryptofit. I discuss the beautiful world of decentralization, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, most of all Bitcoin. Today it's about an altcoin. It's about number 3, and it is actually an altcoin that, well, me being the CEO at Cake, XRP was actually on our roadmap to be added. It was actually planned on already being added at the end of this year, where we wanted to delay it for 2021. And so this is actually not only relevant to us as an investor, it's really relevant, well, to me as a business owner. It affects quite a lot of employees for us at Cake, because obviously there's probably going to be some changes. And on the other hand, it's probably going to invest tens, if not hundreds of thousands of XRP holders out there. So let's get the facts down and kind of break this down a bit. XRP, or Ripple, sorry, the company Ripple for profit issued 100 billion XRP, and I think they did this around 6 years ago in 2014, as I can remember, or maybe 2013. And, well, they sold those, and what they said was not a security offering, and we're going to discuss in a second what a security was. Back then, this distinction didn't really exist. They had obviously sought legal advice, and their legal counsel said, no, it might be a security, but it might not be one. And so they took this risk, and then they kind of went with it. And obviously now, on the 22nd of December 2020, the SEC comes out and files a lawsuit. Jay Clayton, who is known to be quite critical of crypto in general, files this lawsuit against Ripple and says they did an unregistered security token offering or security offering. Now, important here is that they said it's an unregistered security offering. It's not security fraud. This is very, very, very important. A big distinction when it comes to potential penalties if this goes through. So I just want to highlight that. Yeah, so obviously, where's all this coming from? Well, they're basing this on this so-called Howey test. And basically what the Howey test does, it differentiates in the US whether something is seen as a security, which are traditionally stocks or bonds, so something where the SEC is responsible for and is very, very cautious about, or if this is more of the sort of Bitcoin or ETH. And even with Ethereum, there was this discussion that maybe this was actually a security offering, what they did back then, and just now it became quite decentralized. How does this Howey test work? Well, there are certain rules in this Howey test, and if just one applies, you actually are part of a security. One is, for example, that an exchange of money happened. Now, this could be the case, depending on how you see this. Another part is that there's a secondary market. There's parts where you invest in something with the expectations of profits. You invest in something that's part of a company. So there's like a lot of these things, and a lot of people say that this Howey test is completely outdated and it doesn't really work. But on the other hand, then there's people who say, look, the SEC is completely right. Ripple did a security offering. They financed pretty much their entire operations by selling XRP to investors. And, well, if you just look, most of these investors actually lost money. And I want to say one thing here. Well, it depends on which time you have been investing and how long. There's people who made tons of money, especially in the 2017 run, for example. So just keep this in mind. But obviously, there's a lot of people who bought in 2017 and now they're like, well, they're down minus 80, minus 90%. And yeah, so there is some questions. And I just want to highlight one thing. No one knows, obviously, if Ripple actually sold securities or if these were just selling tokens that they could have done. And at the end, the SEC will have to decide, or actually a court will have to decide, because Ripple came out and they said, sorry, we see this completely different. And Brett Gellinghouse, the CEO, also said they don't see it this way. Yeah, so what basically happened after that, and I'm going to link up the 71-page document from the SEC. You can read it through yourself. There's some really peculiar parts in there. You see that the SEC did some really thorough due diligence on all this and thorough research. And look, I spoke to a lawyer friend in the US. Obviously, his opinion was, look, I don't know the exact insights. For him, he says, this is all open. Yeah, this is all open there. And then I have a lot of friends who owned XRP, and I advised them all the same thing. I said, look, I would sell the XRP for one simple reason. You don't know. You don't know what's happening. And personally, I just see that there's going to be way more shade thrown around now over the next couple of weeks, maybe months, maybe years. And for me, until XRP recovers, is really going to take some time, if at all. So I just want to highlight that, because one of the big problems, if it is a security, if XRP is a security, all the exchanges are going to delist it. And you can see this already. You can see exchanges starting in Hong Kong, in Europe, in Singapore, in the US. You can start seeing exchanges delisting XRP because they don't want to have this risk. And obviously that's where the major struggle and the major trouble comes in, and a major problem. And at the end, this is really going to hurt XRP holders. Now, Ripple is trying to spin this in a way where they're saying it's a direct attack on crypto as a whole. Personally, I don't see this at all. I think most investors kind of differentiate Bitcoin and then Ethereum and XRP. I think these are three completely different tokens, investment vehicles. So I think that sale is going to be very difficult to make. Personally, I think there's going to be a settlement. There's going to be a settlement between Ripple and the SEC. And then I think the most interesting question, and so that's also curious, right? Brett Gellinghouse, a couple of weeks ago, made this announcement where he said, look, even if XRP is a security, we're not in any problem. So it was quite interesting. And, his pitch has always been that XRP is recognized as a currency and therefore should not be seen as a security. That's really going to be up in the air. Again, let me know in the comments how you see all this. How do you think this is going to turn out? For me personally, I don't own any XRP. I would sell for the very simple reason that I don't know. I prefer not to lose money. And so of course the price can totally recover. It can shoot up. I just think that this is going to be the beginning of all this. I have seen over the past years a lot of these problematic investments where, there was just a lot of shade coming out step by step by step, where you had a very enthusiastic investment community behind it. And obviously the XRP army is super enthusiastic. And then you've seen a lot of challenges and problems along the way. And let's see. I've seen this with Wirecard. It was very, very similar. Now, I'm not saying that Ripple is running fraud. I don't want to say that. But as an investor, I still remember in Wirecard, there was one bad news, and people just kept holding on or kept saying, hey, you know what? You need to buy now. I'm not sure. I would probably be a bit more careful. I would probably prefer to stand a bit on the sidelines for now. If you believe in XRP, I would probably stand on the sidelines, wait until the dust settles. You can always buy in later. Yeah, look, the token might go up again, and you might miss out a bit on some upside. Personally, I would prefer not to have the risk right now and all the headaches. That would be at least my thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm sure you as an XRP community, you're probably going to be super, enthusiastic and, quite motivated about that. So, yeah, looking forward to have your feedback. Let me know. If you don't want to miss anything, click the subscribe button, and then we can always discuss more. For Cake, we're definitely going to delay an XRP listing. It would have been the next coin on our timeline, simply because it's the third largest coin or fourth largest after Tether. But we're going to delay that for the very same reason. Look, we don't know. And so for us, the risk-reward ratio right now turned a bit on the side where we're just going to wait. As an investor, I would probably do this very similar. Let me go through a couple comments here. Luckily, I don't have XRP, LOL. But again, I think a lot of people saw this, saw a bit the writing on the wall. Not totally a surprise, but sure, it just got dropped. You're perfect in this field. I really appreciate information. Thanks, Sahib. Appreciate that. If XRP drops that hard, is it worth buying in when it drops that low? Look, the problem is you don't know what's low. I mean, low is zero, right? It can always go to zero. You can always lose 100%. And to me, I think the very difficult part right now is to judge where's the bottom in all this. Now, look, I'm not saying that maybe in a year, and 2 years, or 3 years, this thing might turn around, right? I'm not saying maybe you're gonna see single-digit dollar prices, double-digit dollar prices. I'm not saying this is impossible. I'm really not saying this at all. I don't own any XRP. If like all the friends that ask me, I tell them the same thing. I say, look, I wouldn't want to have the headache, right? Why have this headache? Why sit there and have this headache and watch the news and get this? And this is to me just the start right now, right? You're gonna have a lot of discussion in the crypto community on Twitter and Telegram. I wouldn't want that. If you can deal with this, great. Not me. Thanks for the support. Will prevail. Yeah, sure. Fingers crossed. Tezos also settled correctly. I also think Ripple is gonna settle. I really think so. But Tezos, such a great example. Look how long the price was suppressed. And I don't know if I want to have all this headache. You can always buy back in. Why would the SEC wait all this time? There was a lot of rumors that this was actually a lot of pressure from Bitcoin maximalists, Ethereum people who kind of tried to do this. Look, I heard stories that this is going out from all different kind of competitors. Who knows? I don't know. But that's a bit of course. I sold this morning with a little bit of profit. Benjamin, congratulations. Ewald says, thanks and Merry Christmas. Thank you. Fantastic. Yeah, this was also quite curious. Henning posted this. Bitcoin and Ethereum are China controlled. I thought that was very curious that Brett Garlinghouse posted that in his reply. So yeah, I thought this was a bit weird. Great. I hope you get value at this. If you do, click subscribe, click the upvote button, and then I'll see you next time. It's probably going to be the last video before Christmas. So Merry Christmas. Stay safe. Have fun. Talk to you next time. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.